Hey everyone and welcome to another GameCast review. I'm Mark and I'll be reviewing The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, now available for the Nintendo Switch. I never played the original Link's Awakening, but I do have an appreciation for it as I used to look over my brother's shoulders and watch them as they played this one on the original Game Boy. Now it's my turn to finally try out this strange and mostly faithful remake of a Game Boy classic. Unlike the majority of Zelda titles, Link's Awakening isn't about rescuing Zelda or Hyrule from the clutches of Ganon. It doesn't even have the Triforce. This is a very different style of Zelda. It's all about Link and his adventure across an island shrouded in mystery. After washing ashore in a storm, Link finds himself on Koholint Island, which I have no idea how to pronounce correctly. Confused and stripped of his gear, Link seeks a way off the island, and starts yet another adventure. Link must search for answers as he encounters all manner of strange inhabitants, enemies, and even a giant egg sitting on top of a mountain. His ultimate goal is to wake the sleeping windfish at the island's peak, and in doing so all his questions will be answered. It's a confusing world this time around, and every little oddity has some sort of significance to the greater narrative, as the player pieces the mystery together. Even then, if you didn't figure it out earlier, the game does spell it out quite clearly towards the end anyway. For the most part, this is a completely faithful remake of the original Link's Awakening. It plays like just about any other top-down Zelda game and has about all you'd expect, like dungeon exploration, item and physics-based puzzles, and a lot of backtracking to unlock new routes and plenty of collectibles. It's made a few quality of life changes, like an interactive map that allows for custom pins, and the power bracelet being a passive item so you don't need to constantly open your menu. You also don't need to equip your sword, so you have 2 free slots for usable tools. It's a lot like all the other remakes and remasters of Zelda titles, keeping true to the originals while improving the smaller annoyances. Like all Zeldas, there's plenty of side activities like fishing, claw games, house decorating, seashell collecting, and even the color dungeon, which was added as part of Link's Awakening DX. The main new addition is the Dungeon Creator feature, which is kind of like the Zelda equivalent to Super Mario Maker, except not nearly as deep or customizable. It's a proof of concept if anything, as pretty much all you can do is throw in rooms you've already completed from your travels. Being able to throw in specific enemies or puzzle mechanics would have been amazing, and we can always hope something like this will come later on. Graphically, Link's Awakening is a huge overhaul from the black and white Game Boy original. Instead of the 3D look of Link Between Worlds or Phantom Hourglass, the devs have opted for an even more drastic style change. It almost looks like little plastic figures playing around in a toy box, which is only emphasized by the amiibo released alongside the game. Everything is shiny and very artificial looking. There's something not quite right in the game world, which is contrasted quite clearly by the animated intro sequence to the game. Everything is bright and bubbly, and the chibi stylization of the characters even makes the monsters look adorable. That being said, I can imagine the visual style isn't to everyone's liking, so if you're put off by the look, then it's kind of hard to play through the remake. Fortunately, I was fine with it, and it paired quite nicely with the soundtrack, which has been remixed somewhat for the remake. I didn't really notice too many performance issues, and anytime the game slowed down, it wasn't really a deal breaker in any way. It's just something that was kind of expected when most screen transitions were ditched in favour of a seamless overworld. Link's Awakening is another entry in an already stellar franchise, and a faithful remake for those wanting to experience a classic or want a little bit of nostalgia. The dungeon making may fall a little flat, but otherwise everything else is rock solid. While it is a complete package, I do get a sense that this is a proof of concept for something bigger from Nintendo, and I'd be keen to see them give Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages a similar remake treatment. Because of that, I'd say The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Remake is worth a buy. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let us know what you thought of Link's Awakening in the comments below. Until next time, bye!